rare in an open championship or a major to have fans kind of boo against your shots or cheer for bad shots.
This shot landed incredibly softly. To commentators were saying, wow, how did that land so soft?
That's exactly where he stepped on the other side of his ball to take a mysterious practice swing.
For us and the world, why does everyone hate you?
I don't think that's a question.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, and some of it's self-deserved. I kind of brought it on myself.
I mean, I did something bad. That is unacceptable.
There is a line in professional sports that you simply do not cross. You can look at the rules, you can push the boundaries of sportsmanship, and you can even let the fans turn you into a villain. But the moment a player's behavior directly threatens a $700 million corporate broadcast empire, the game completely changes. Right now, behind the scenes at the United States Golf Association, panic is setting in. The governing body is facing an unprecedented multi-million-dollar ultimatum, and it all centers around one man holding a trophy he might be forced to give back. Wyndham Clark is under fire, and the calls to strip his major championship title are no longer just coming from angry fans in the galleries. They are coming from the most powerful executives in sports TV. To understand why a massive TV network would threaten to pull the plug on a historic $700 million broadcast package, you have to understand the toxic cocktail of tension, money, and rule bending that has been brewing for months. Professional golf is a business built entirely on prestige, honor, and a strict adherence to gentlemanly conduct, at least it used to be. When Wyndham Clark captured his U.S. Open victory, it was supposed to be a crowning achievement. Instead, it ignited a massive firestorm. Behind closed doors, media executives are furious, claiming that the integrity of the tournament has been deeply compromised. They are arguing that keeping Clark's name on that trophy is actively damaging the brand, destroying viewership trust, and devaluing the massive financial investments made to broadcast the sport. The root of this corporate meltdown lies in human retention psychology, the fact that sports broadcasting relies entirely on the audience believing in the fairness of the competition. The moment the public starts viewing a champion as illegitimate, the ratings collapse. And for a network committing nearly $1 billion to a broadcast rights window, a collapse in ratings is a financial catastrophe. TV executives aren't acting out of a sudden moral awakening. They are protecting their bottom line. The network has reportedly made it clear to the governing body that their contract renewal hinges on how this controversy is handled. They want decisive action. They want the sport's reputation restored, and they want it done immediately. But what did Wyndham Clark actually do to warrant this level of corporate fury? It turns out this isn't just about a single incident. It's about a pattern of behavior that has completely alienated both fans and officials. The drama truly reached a boiling point during a previous major championship appearance at a historic course. Frustrated by a brutal round and a missed cut, Clark allegedly let his temper completely take over inside the clubhouse. Reports surfaced that he violently damaged a pair of historic, irreplaceable locker room lockers in a fit of rage, while Clark eventually issued a quiet apology, paid financial restitution, and worked to repair his relationship with tournament officials behind the scenes. The damage to his public image was already done.
What Wyndham Clark did to the locker room.
Horrific.
At Oakmont.
Just horrific.
Honestly.
The original benches, lockers that Nicklaus and Palmer and Hogan when he won in 53.
If I was the PGA Tour, I would give you a 6-month holiday.
The sports world watched as a major champion acted out in a way that defied the very fabric of the game's etiquette. That clubhouse outburst laid the groundwork for a deeply hostile narrative, but what happened next on the actual grass is what triggered the legal and financial nightmare.
For us and the world, why does everyone hate you?
I don't think that's a question.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, it's amazing what a year can do, right? And this is kind of my redemption tour, and hopefully I can win back the fans. I mean, I did something bad. I desecrated a very historical locker room, and that is unacceptable.
During his subsequent championship run, eagle-eyed viewers and cameras caught multiple instances of what many are calling blatant rule bending, if not outright cheating. In high-stakes moments, under the intense pressure of a major Sunday, video clips emerged, showing Clark allegedly moving loose impediments and altering the conditions around his ball before critical shots. Under modern rules, a player can touch the area around their ball, but if the ball moves even a fraction of an inch, or if the lie is intentionally improved, it is a severe multi-stroke penalty. Because tournament officials failed to call these infractions in real time, the internet exploded. Millions of fans watched slow-motion replays of what looked like a champion breaking the rules on his way to a historic victory.
This shot landed incredibly softly. To commentators were saying, wow, how did that land so soft?
He steps
A ton of spin. Yeah, it is.
He do that right there. He stepped directly behind his golf ball and patted that grass down where he could get to the back of that golf ball.
I tell you what, Wyndham Clark goes on a watch list here all of a sudden, and that's the last thing you want.
That's exactly where he stepped on the other side of his ball to take a mysterious practice swing.
This created a massive crisis of faith. The public felt cheated, the galleries became openly hostile, and the traditional, quiet respect of the tournament dissolved into a chorus of boos and brutal heckling every time Clark stepped up to the tee.
Drops, and it kept rolling, and eventually...
For the TV network broadcasting the event, watching their primary star get openly rejected by the audience was a worst-case scenario.
Man, they definitely didn't want me to win. You know, and some of it's self-deserved. I kind of brought it on myself.
This is exactly where the $700 million broadcast war comes into play. TV rights are the lifeblood of major sports organizations. The governing body relies on these multi-year media packages to fund their operations, grow the game, and maintain their status as the ultimate authority in golf. The network currently holds immense leverage because the exclusive negotiating window for these rights has reached a critical bottleneck. Network executives know that without their massive financial backing, the governing body's long-term plans are in jeopardy by tying the future of this massive financial contract to the resolution of the player controversy. The network is utilizing the ultimate corporate leverage play. They are essentially telling the organizers, fix your integrity problem or we will take our hundreds of millions of dollars to a competing sport.
Pretty rare in an open championship or a major to have fans kind of boo against your shots or cheer for bad shots. But I'm proud of myself that I battled through. I mean, things really could have gotten away from me, and I stood tough.
Inside the headquarters of the governing body, officials are caught in a brutal no-win situation. On one hand, stripping a player of a major championship title after the trophy has already been hoisted is almost entirely unprecedented in modern sports history. It would require an official admission that the tournament's own rules officials completely failed to police the event accurately while it was happening. It would open up a massive legal nightmare, inviting potential lawsuits from the player, his sponsors, and management teams. Legally, the governing body is on incredibly thin ice if they attempt to retroactively disqualify a champion based on public outcry and network pressure. On the other hand, defying the network could mean financial ruin. If the $700 million deal collapses, rival networks or emerging streaming giants might step in to buy the rights, but potentially at a fraction of the cost, forcing massive budget cuts across the entire sport. Furthermore, allowing a champion mired in cheating allegations and clubhouse vandalism rumors to remain the face of the tournament risks alienating long-term corporate sponsors who don't want their brands associated with controversy. The organizers are trapped between a legal wall and a financial cliff, forced to choose between the historic precedents of their game and the cold hard reality of modern sports business. As the corporate chess match continues behind the scenes, the pressure on all sides is reaching a fever pitch. Fans are demanding transparency. The network is demanding accountability to protect its massive investment. And the player is fighting to keep his career and his legacy from being completely erased. What started as a simple game of golf has transformed into a high-stakes corporate thriller where a single decision could reshape the landscape of sports broadcasting forever. The trophy might still be sitting on a shelf right now, but the forces trying to tear it away are growing more powerful by the day. That's it for today, folks. See you in the next video.